You're listening to The Pump Fake. With your host, Jared Bailey.
All right, man. Well, hey, like I said, appreciate you hopping on for a few minutes. I want to talk about your background for a little bit. Obviously, growing up in a military household, moving around a lot. How do you think that kind of instilled your core values and translating that into who you are on the football field, in the meeting room, behind the scenes, in the locker room? How do you think that translated into your football life?
Yeah, I think always having to move somewhere different everywhere. I had to always adapt to a new environment, to change, meet new people, build relationships, and always prove myself. So, those are constant things in playing sports. Whenever you get on a new team, um, get new teammates, you got to build relationships, and you got to prove yourself. I may have had a historical season in college, but that doesn't matter now. I'm in the NFL, so it's about, what I do in the NFL. So essentially, you got to restart and do it all over again.
For you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you started playing in Europe before coming back to the United States because of your family moving around a lot. What was that like?
Yeah, I did. So freshman year, I played football in Italy, and it was a dope experience. Competition wasn't the best. I mean, I had like 1,200 rushing yards in like 6 games. Um, but just getting to travel the world. I mean, go to Germany, Spain, Belgium, to play football and then like see different cultures. It was amazing.
For you, as with Haitian culture, what does it mean to you to represent that in the NFL and represent the background that you come from?
Yeah, it's everything for me. Your culture, where you're from. I was always taught, to carry that wherever you go, and I'm proud, to be a part of, two different cultures. Being that I was born in America, but majority of my family is, from Haiti. My dad being born there, so it's a lot, and just to be able to represent, for a country that historically is, been put down and, for all different types of things.
What led to you, A, coming back to the States and then choosing Boise State as the place that you would play your college ball and obviously becoming, the big star that you were? How did that come to be?
Yeah, so um really my dad, so in the military they kind of have like, terms of like, hey, you'll be here for 3 years, here for 5 years. So really his time was already gonna be up. Um and we really just wanted to find, the right place, right area, not just for football, but I had siblings too, so the right school systems, just the right area to raise a family. And it so happened to be Texas, and Lone Star went in there, started making plays and picking up some buzz, and then Boise State, came pretty early, the junior after my junior year, and they were the most consistent, any school, and just showing the real interest and showing the real plan for how they're gonna develop me and use me in the future.
Was that the whole like Michael Myers Halloween stance in the backfield? Was that something that you like planned for? Because look, man, I'm not gonna try to nerd out, but as a guy who has Michael Myers tattooed on his hand, it popped me every time I saw it. Was that something that you would like did by design, or was it just something that you like naturally did that everybody seemed to really like find funny?
Yeah, it was just something that I naturally did. I just, felt comfortable in that stance, and somehow it turned into a sensation overnight. So it's pretty cool, honestly.
I heard that was it Chip Kelly's trying to take that and not let you do it anymore? Or are you trying to battle back on that a little bit?
I haven't really, battled back. I've been kind of just open to it, just because I just got there,
Mhm.
and like, I gotta earn my stripes first. But once I start making some plays and stuff, I don't think we're really gonna be worried about a stance. So
I was gonna say if a 1,500 yard rookie season comes, I don't think Chip's gonna be too worried about it.
I don't think so either. And for the the marketing, the brand purposes, I, I gotta have it back at some point.
Oh, I think fans will be excited to hear that.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Raiders, though. I mean, obviously, a clip that went viral was Jackson Powers Johnson introducing himself to you. What's the culture been like so far since you've been drafted in Vegas? How's it feel to be a Raider? What's it like in the building?
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, obviously a great organization. One of the things that they've said when we got there is this is a relationship based organization. So you could tell that, just by my interaction on social media with the center, him coming and, introducing himself, making it known that he's my center. Uh, but you gotta love, man, as a running back, you love your old lineman. And he's gonna, do a lot of hard work in the trenches for not only me but for the team. But it's been great. All the vets have been dope, and then getting to know all the other guys in my rookie class has also been great too.
I don't know if you saw what your teammate Brock Bowers said about you, but he said, and I quote, Ashton Jeanty is a beast. He's quick, he's fast, he's rocked up, he's thick. Any comments on Brock Bowers saying that about you?
Hey, you emphasize the rocked up a little bit too
I'm
much.
just I'm just saying what he said, bro.
Nah, you know, I I appreciate it, man. I mean, he's, shown love, hyping me up. The word play might, you know,
I think that's why everybody was like, hey, he said what?
the wordplay might bring question marks to people, but I know what he meant. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got a problem with it. And he sees a great athlete in me, and I appreciate it. And, it means a lot coming from him because he had a a great historic rookie season, and I'm excited to be teaming up with him.
In terms of the new leadership that's there, obviously new quarterback in Geno Smith, head coach Pete Carroll. What's it like being around Pete, especially? I mean, a guy who's been to multiple Super Bowls, won one. What is he? How's he been as a head coach from your point of view thus far?
Yeah, he's been great. You can tell why he's, been a part of a lot of, winning teams, winning Super Bowls, from how he coaches and, you know, sets kind of the tone on how things are supposed to go, how we operate as a team, and then obviously bringing in a leader in Geno Smith and, having other guys like Max Crosby on the defensive side, you know, to continue that message along to everybody in the locker room.
I love it. All right, buddy. Before I get you out of here, I know you got the partnership with Sharpie. What's that been like so far? What's going on with that? Can you tell me what's just going on with your partnership?
Yeah, man, as an elite running back, I gotta have an elite pen to, sign my stuff, most importantly, signing my biggest contract ever to this point with, Sharpies S Gel, having my own signature pen, with my si- my signature on it. It's just amazing. So to be selected, as one of the rookies of the year and collaborate, it's been dope.
All right, bro. Well, hey, good luck to you this year. Hopefully, we can reconnect at some point during the season. But good luck until then. Have a good one. Appreciate you, hopping onto the car and everything like that. So, thank you. Good luck, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother.